So I've noticed that more TF-tubers are branching out into other games or other styles of content, with varying degrees of success. RT Game, for example, has done really well. He's growing at an insane rate. But seriously, side note, congratulations, Daniel. If anyone deserves it, it's you. But unfortunately, other creators have been met with overwhelming backlash, and that's something that's created kind of an air of fear surrounding, well, anything that isn't TF2. And since I'm interested in making variety content as well, I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring, so to speak. So, it's gonna be interesting. The TF2 community has always been one to lure you in, grab on, and hold on tight, and I don't mean that as a compliment. In the past, creators such as Star and Muselk faced heavy backlash for branching out, which I don't think is a good thing. And granted, in those cases, there were other circumstances that caused the negativity to intensify in a way. Star, as far as I know, left in a way that was very blunt, very rude, and burned a lot of bridges, which may have been justified, but it still explains why the whole thing was as messy as it was. Muselk took the commercial route with his channel. Personally, I think that's okay. It's his job and everything, but doing so is certainly open for criticism. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been criticized. That's open for discussion and interpretation. Where I think the problem lies is that people are getting the source of the backlash confused. The common thread between these two is that they both left TF2 for other games. That's not inherently a bad thing, but when people see the response that happened, I think they're assuming that that's why they face such negativity, and then they do the same to other creators when they branch out in a way that doesn't warrant such a response. This whole air of negativity surrounding variety content has made a lot of TF-tubers scared to branch out, even if they want to, and this creates kind of an endless loop of content creators starting out, growing, but then being too scared to evolve and then burning out because of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to place the blame on the viewers or subscribers here. In fact, I'm trying to approach this from both perspectives, because I think there's a solution here that we've been missing. So let's take a look at this from an audience's point of view. When a content creator stops making content that you enjoy, that's never fun, right? It's something that people become accustomed to, and its loss can cause a kind of void, similar to how you might feel after finishing a great TV show or anime or a story-driven game. Additionally, fans might have developed a personal connection to the creator, much like they might develop a connection to characters in a show. And of course, this is often one-sided, since it's physically impossible to have a mutual relationship with that many people, but despite this, many viewers could feel a sense of betrayal when the content stops. This is only intensified when you consider how tightly knit the TF2 community is. There's also this connection to TF2 itself. I mean, let's face it, this game's been around for a while, and it won't be around forever. Content is one of the things that keeps a game alive, and the loss of a creator can feel like the game is getting closer to dying. So all in all, when someone stops making TF2 videos, there's just this overwhelming sense of sadness, loss, betrayal, and fear. I've also felt this same way before. I used to be a huge fan of Salty Fish's videos. Well, I still am, but anyway. When he initially started making Overwatch videos, there was a brief moment where I just thought, oh shit, is he gonna stop making TF2 videos? Oh man, I love his TF2 videos, damn it! I didn't end up acting on that feeling for reasons that I'm gonna talk about here in a second, but yeah, it's scary, dude, I get it. It's just, here's the thing. So far, I've been talking about a creator stopping TF2 videos altogether and explaining why I think that prompts the response that it does. And that's something that we could definitely discuss, but what I'm trying to say is that this same response happens when someone starts making variety content as well. I guess in a way it makes some sense. It's the beginning of the end in a lot of people's minds, but honestly, I don't think it should be approached that way. Variety content can sometimes be used as a stepping stone for the end of TF2 content, but that's usually only the case because creators were too scared to do it sooner. Their channels were already further along in their lifespan, so to speak. Interestingly enough, though, non-TF2 videos can be used as a way to extend how long TF2 sticks around on their channel, and yes, I realize I'm saying TF2 a lot. Anyway, let me explain. So a lot of times content creators need to take a break to avoid burnout. I know this phrase gets thrown around a lot, but YouTubers are people too. They need breaks from time to time, and that's completely natural. Variety content can be used as that break, since the creators often love making content, but are tired of making videos of a certain kind or of a certain game or etc. Usually what happens in the TF2 community, though, is that they're too scared to make videos of other games for fear of that backlash that we talked about earlier, and that's very often demoralizing for the creator, and ultimately that leads to burnout faster. But if that variety content were supported and that fear wasn't as prevalent as it currently is, creators could take a break when they need while still doing the thing that they love, which would prolong the lifespan of their TF2 content. Someone who feels supported and appreciated will usually do more than is required of them, if that makes sense. As counterintuitive as it might seem, supporting the non-TF2 videos from your favorite creators will actually make the TF2 content last longer. So, what does this all mean? What should you do as an audience member, and what should content creators, including myself, do? Well, I think that creators should be able to make the content they want to and not be harassed for it. Supporting that content as an audience member will go a long way. But the subscribers are in no way obligated to watch content that they're not interested in. Look, I get it. Most of you are subscribed to me for TF2. I'm under no delusions that you're here for my winning personality. That's something that a lot of content creators fail to realize, unfortunately. While it's important to establish that a TF2ber's non-TF2 videos are often tonally similar to their main videos, so if you enjoy the TF2, there's a good chance you'll enjoy the other stuff too, I still see a lot of them claiming that subscribers have to watch their non-TF2 content because it's the right thing to do, and well, that's not how content works, my dude. But here's the thing, supporting a creator's videos doesn't necessarily mean watching all of them all the time. It could just mean giving the video a try. It could mean clicking on an ad every once in a while. It could just mean not making a massive stink when they upload a video that isn't TF2. And even if you just don't care, you only care about the TF2 and nothing else, okay, fine. The optimal play is still to support their non-TF2 content. Remember, making them feel appreciated isn't just a moral thing. It also improves their content across the board, and that includes TF2. Honestly, establishing that support as the norm, as just the default, would go a really, really long way for TF2 YouTube culture as a whole. So, yeah, if you're a creator of TF2 content and you're getting a little tired of it, don't be scared to branch out. Like, obviously don't expect them to get the same amount of traffic as your TF2 stuff, but this isn't something that you should be terrified of. And if you're an audience member, don't give them a reason to be terrified. Again, you don't have to watch all of their videos, but I'd really recommend that you support them all the same. Hopefully this all made sense and didn't just come off as a massive salty rant because my Borderlands video didn't get as many views as my TF2 videos or whatever. It's not anything like that. I don't know. I really feel like if we can change the culture surrounding TF2bers doing variety content, then the whole scene will just become a much better and more appealing place.